Hey guys, today I have another card for you. First of all, I took a piece of white cardstock and I took a stencil which has a stripy pattern. I taped it on there because I'm using my Versamark ink and it's very sticky, so I don't want it to peel up the stencil. So I'm just applying a generous amount of the Versamark ink, and then I'm taking off the stencil and I'm going to apply some silver embossing powder. I'm making sure to put it everywhere. As you can see, my stencil was a bit smaller than this panel, but this panel is a bit bigger than a card, so if I trim it down, it will be smaller than a card, but then I can mat it, which is also nice. So I'm tapping off the excess embossing powder. And then I was planning on putting a circle there, so I decided to scrape off some of the embossing powder, but it didn't really work that well, so I just decided to leave it. So now I'm heat setting it, and I made sure that my heat gun was nice and hot before I went to the paper. This is a really pretty embossing powder. It gives a really nice metallic look to the paper. So like that, the card panel is done. Now I cut a piece, I cut a circle out of a piece of white cardstock, and I'm using the Penny Black Cake and Wishes stamp set. And I stamped this little girl that is holding a cupcake in the circle with some archival jet black ink. And then I'm going to use my distress inks to color it. I used abandoned coral, peacock feathers, vintage photo, picked raspberry, mustard seed, and a little bit of cracked pistachio. To mix my skin color, I mixed some abandoned coral and vintage photo. And I'm just using some water and then these distress inks to color in my image. I'm heat setting it with my heat gun, and then I'm going to take my Copic. This is B00. It's a very light blue, and I'm going to blend it out a bit more using my Zero Copic colorless blender. Just give it a bit of an outline. And then I'm going to use my my light green marker, which is YG23, to put a border around it. I made this card for one of the Winnie and Walter challenges that's going on now, and it had a particular color scheme, which was a coral color, turquoise, and lime. I didn't have a lime color in my distress inks or any other inks, so I just decided to use my Copics, and I did have a Copic in that color. So now I'm using some double-sided tape, and I am taping my embossed panel to a black piece that is slightly bigger, And then I'm going to tape that piece to my card base. I have a white top folding card base that I'm going to apply it to. And then I'm going to adhere my little circle. I'm going to adhere it a little bit over the edge, and I will be cutting that off. And then all that there's left is the sentiment. Because this is of course a Winnie and Walter challenge, I'm using the Winnie and Walter, the Big, the Bold and the Happy stamp set, and I stamped happy birthday in between those lines. And then for some added detail, I used my clear wink of Stella on top of the dress, the little bow in her hair, and the frosting of the cupcake. So this was my card. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!